Why, hello there. Jacob here. And today, figure a quick breakdown the Minnesota Vikings Week 7 matchup. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So, yeah, on Monday Night Football, the Minnesota Vikings will be hosting the San Francisco 49ers, who are fresh off of an upset loss to the Cleveland Browns in Cleveland, or what I think a lot of people consider an upset loss. But, I mean, to be fair, though, Cleveland's defense has, well, let's just put it this way. Cleveland's defense is one of the better defenses that's very underrated. I mean, they're one of the best defenses in my opinion. But, yeah, the 49ers are fresh off of an upset loss in Cleveland with a few injuries that may or may not affect this game coming up. So let's go ahead and kind of get into that here. Yeah, like I say, the Minnesota Vikings will be basically playing a pissed off team on Monday night, and, you know, all the narratives that are behind that are nauseating and this and that. Kirk Cousins on Monday night, blah, 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 you know, yeah. It is frustrating, it is annoying, and this year has been very frustrating and annoying because for whatever reason, can the Vikings ever have one game where, like, all three phases of the game are clicking at the same time? Like, just imagine how much better the Vikings could be if all three phases were clicking at the same time. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie. If this game is even close at halftime, I'll be surprised. Even though the 49ers haven't beaten us in Minnesota, I think, in like over 20 years or something like that, which is crazy to think. Granted, I mean, the 49ers have also had some decent teams, some good teams, and some really ugly teams during that time. But, yeah, like I say, this particular Niners team is a Super Bowl favorite. And even though they have, you know, their first loss of the year, they're still a Super Bowl favorite, in my opinion. However, though, the road will be tough because Deebo Samuel has officially been ruled out. Christian McCaffrey was dinged up. And, yeah, I mean, those two pieces right there are massive pieces. And who knows, there might be some more stuff that comes out between now and Monday, but we'll wait and see if that happens. Oh, man. But yeah. Basically, the keys to this game are play turnover-free football on the offense. You know, let's scheme it up. Let's dish it up. Let's, you know, try not to get too crazy per se, but also try not to get too vanilla because, well, the 49ers defense is still one of the best in the league. I mean, again, like I say, if this matchup is even close at halftime, I'll be surprised. But any given Sunday, any given Monday, any given Thursday, Friday, whatever day of the week, any team can beat any team. Again, case in point, the Browns beating the 49ers in Cleveland, and the Philadelphia Eagles losing to the New York Jets for the first time ever. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The Jets beat the Eagles last week for the first time in basically their history. So, that was kind of intriguing, but yeah. The 49ers, again, are going to be pissed off. They're going to be hungry. They're going to be ready to go. Brock Purdy coming off of his first loss. 16 consecutive wins snapped. I mean, this is not a team you can mess around with. So if the Vikings can play almost perfect football, can be complimentary on all three phases, and don't beat themselves, who knows? We could have a hell of a game on our hands here. So, yeah, I mean, I really don't have a whole lot else to say here just because, well, the Vikings are, I mean, I don't think I need to tell you what the Vikings are this year. They're one of those talented teams that just can't get out of their own way. It's pretty much been that way for as long as I can remember. And there's a lot of question marks about the future of this team. You know, will changes be made? Will this and that happen after this week? Blah. Who knows? All I know is we have a chance on Monday Night Football, though, to take down a Super Bowl contending team on home field advantage on Monday night in front of everybody. So, come on, boys. Let's go out there and ball out for this game because we still have enough studs to get it done. So we need Hawkinson to step up. Brandon Powell's looked pretty good. Madison's finally woken up. Akers is looking good. The defense was the MVP last week. And, like I say, we're just going to need everybody to step up here. It's going to be an all-hands-on-deck effort. Again, in the bright lights of Monday Night Football at home. Oh, man. Why not us, baby? Cleveland did it last week. Who says you can't, They're beatable. They're very beatable. It's just we got to do our part. We got to play complimentary football. 60 minutes, and we'll see what happens. I mean, we could either pull off one of the biggest upsets in a long time or lose by 35. But regardless of what happens, it's going to be interesting for not just Monday, but for realistically the rest of the season and maybe even beyond. So until we meet again, though, this is Jacob. Skol Vikings.